Happy Monday, it's Eric Plattenberg. I hope that you are kicking off a fabulous week. I know that I'm kicking off a great week. After last week, I think that we can all agree that it can only go up. If you didn't hear the news, last week I was sentenced to 1 year and a day in a federal penitentiary based upon my tax situation, which I'm not going to go into on this video, but I do have some links below if you haven't caught that news and are interested in it. You can figure that out. The thing I'm going to talk about today is why am I in such a great mood? I know that a lot of people have been, asking me, hey, you seem to be really positive. How are you really doing? And the fact is that I'm feeling great, and I'm not delusional. I definitely know that I have some real challenges in front of me, and the fact is that I'm feeling good because there's a lot of great things going on in my life. I'm not masking anything, and I thought I'd talk about that today because everybody faces challenges, and sometimes those challenges are huge, and sometimes they're small. But the reality is that how they get internalized and how a person deals with those are really what creates the results that we have in our life. So there's two reasons why I'm feeling so good today, and I hope that these will be of benefit to you as you deal with some of the things that are going on in your life. First and foremost, today, in this moment, there's nothing wrong. That doesn't mean that I'm denying the future. It just means that throughout the course of this last week, I've really had a truly amazing week. I've seen friends and family from all over the country. I've had a chance to go on 3 runs. I got a lot of exercise. I took 2 great yoga classes. I had at least a dozen really productive business calls. I mean, my week, as what's happening right now in this very moment, is actually going super well. There's a lot of momentum going on in my life. I had a great week with my children. I mean, things are really, really good. And if I think about any time that I've been bummed out, if I think of anything that was really a problem in my life, for me, and I don't expect this to be true for you, but take a serious look at this. For me, it's always been a problem with the past or a problem with the future. When my mind travels to shoulda, coulda, woulda in the past, I get bummed out. And when my mind worries and gets all fretful about what's going to happen in the future, then I get bummed out too. But when I'm here, when I'm breathing, when I'm looking at where I'm at in this moment, who am I with, I've never had a problem in the present moment. And I highly doubt that most people have. When you can anchor to all of the things that are really constructive and going well physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually right now, then life is pretty rosy. And I know that for me it is. I mean, I'm in great shape right now. My mind is very clear. I have a great relationship with my kids. Michelle and I are actually doing really well. So lots of goodness happening in my life right now. So that's number one. And then number two is I've taken a lot of time to put things into perspective. And for me, this situation, yes, I'm going to go to prison. But for me, I've had 4 years to really contemplate, why would that potentially be a good thing for me? Why would it be a good thing for the businesses that I'm involved in? Why would it be a good thing for my relationship? My mom, my children's grandmother, actually came up with a list of why she believes that me being away for a pretty significant amount of time will be a good thing for our children. And some people do look at that and go, well, wow, that's delusional. And I don't think it's delusional at all. I know that when I climbed Mount Everest a couple of years ago, I was gone for a big chunk of time, and May was very young, and May and Michelle had an amazing bonding experience during that time. And it's always been something where I hug May a little bit closer, and I pay a little bit more attention to her, and I'm a little bit more present with her than I think if I wasn't gone for that time. Well, being gone for this amount of time, I think it'll just amplify and do the same thing. And then secondarily, this year I've had 2 friends that have been diagnosed with cancer. I've had 2 other close friends, one of my family members that lost a father. I mean, I've had people in my life with real problems, significant problems. And comparatively, this is a very it's a very short-term, it's a very temporary situation in a large and an abundant life. I can think of at least 100 things, and I'm not exaggerating, 100 things that would be worse in my life than what I'm experiencing right now. So today, I'm having a great day. I'm blessed with all the things that are going well in my life, and things could certainly be a whole lot worse. So I am going to be talking about in a couple of subsequent videos my experience with this entire tax situation. A lot of people have been reading the newspapers and it sounds pretty bad when you read the newspaper, and as you can imagine, my experience and what I would report over the last couple of years is very different than what's being printed in the paper. So I'm going to talk about the entire thing with the Church of Compassionate Services and what I was doing, where I was volunteering, and that whole story is coming out very soon. But for now, you have a great week. I hope that you're finding gratitude in what's going on in your life today. And if you have any questions, definitely let me know. Be free.